Is it twirling? Something is. There we go. Are we on it? Okay. Fantastic. All right. Hey everybody, Marsha from Be So Creative. I hope that you're having a fantastic day, and I hope you're ready for tips and tricks at 2 on Tuesday. That's quite a mouthful, isn't it? So what I want to do is, today we're going to be talking about tips that would be really great for those of you who do machine embroidery. And I know that that's not everybody, but the thing that I want you to remember is that you may not have an embroidery machine now. However, you may decide later on down the road that you would love one. So the thing is that what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give you some ideas and things that you need to plan on or start putting in place so that you are ready to do machine embroidery. So if it's okay with you guys, as you can see, I don't have a table here in front of me. So I got to grab my notes because in my perfect world, I would remember this and it would be just super easy for me to remember. However, it's one of those days. So give me a second. All right. And just FYI, we have Becky. There she is. She's running the camera again today for me. So kudos to Becky and a shout out to her as well. So I'm going to give us some tips for machine embroidery. So on go the glasses. So the first thing that I would say to you is if you are new to machine embroidery is I would say start small. Diving into a design that has a million stitches on it and you're a new embroiderer, let me just tell you, that can be a daunting task, and you want your first experience to be fun and relatively easy so that you get it done and you have something to show. So I'm going to show you one of our favorite things. You all know that we're Kimberbell aficionados. We love Kimberbell, and the reason that we love Kimberbell is the fact that they are, their designs are beautifully digitized. They're easy, and when you're done, you've got a really darling project. So let me show you. These are two of the, this is from the Mugrugs, and it's from Mugrug Volume 3. So, Becky, I'm going to turn this around and see if we can get a good close-up of some of the, there we go, perfect. These are some of the Mugrugs that are actually on this CD. So the really nice thing about this is these are easy projects. They make fabulous gifts. And the other thing is that, you know, I don't know about you, but, you know, there's no place like Nome. Well, that doesn't really sound like something that would be Americana. But, you know, all of this stuff for 4th of July, how cute would that be? So keep your first project simple, and you will be glad that you did. The second thing that I'm going to recommend is if you are new to embroidery, ask questions. One of the things about working with a local shop, whether it's our shop or you're somewhere in Oklahoma or Indiana, and this is something that is new to you, find a shop that offers not only great machines for sale, but they offer great classes and gives you help when you need help. The other thing that you need to realize about shops is that if they are selling embroidery and sewing machines and embroidery designs and such, they're there to help you and have the tools that you need to be successful with your project. So I'm just going to show you a few of the things that we really love and that I think that you could probably find at some of your local machine stores. So one of the first things you need, a great pair of scissors. We really love these Kai scissors. They're kind of bent. I don't know if you can see them, but they get down and they're easy to trim. This is another, the little hovels. They are really good for that. Another thing is, you know, your bobbin thread. We really recommend that you use a bobbin thread when you are doing embroidery because it's a little bit lighter weight, or finer weight, I should say, not lighter weight, but finer. And so it can handle all those extra stitches that you have in an embroidery design. And then the other thing that we recommend is when you are doing a design, and again, we can answer all these questions for you if you have them, but we use these tapes. And sometimes you can't hoop a project, so this is just something that you can use to actually put your, say, a towel, because we use these a lot on towels, that you don't have to hoop the towel, but you can hold them in place with these tapes, so we love that. So that's one of the other things. You need to organize your space. I'm not saying that you have to have a brand new room built onto your house, or, you know, you kick your kid out of their bedroom and make them sleep on the couch. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that wherever you are, you need to create a space to where you are actually able to have your things, I don't want to say spread out all over, not like at my house, but to where you have a nice area to where you have your threads and your stabilizers and a place for you to actually hoop your designs when you're getting ready to hoop your project, where you have a flat surface where that allows you to do that. So this to me is a very important thing. The thing that I like is when you organize your space, what you need to do is have your threads all in one space. So let me show you what we do. We really recommend using a box that you keep all your thread in. And I know we talked about this a little bit last week, but the thing that I want you to remember, especially living in the desert Southwest where we get a ton of dirt blowing in the air, you don't want your embroidery threads sitting out on a table or hanging on a thread rack where the dust and dirt can get into them. Because the thing is, what happens is when you do that and you put your threads through the machine, you're taking that dust that's on the outside of the thread and you're letting it flow through inside your machine, and then that's just dust, and dust is abrasive, so you really want to think about that. So keeping your threads either in a drawer or somewhere where they're not going to get dusty is a good thing, I think. The other thing, and I want to show you this. All right, Becky, can we see this? This is one of those, I think it's for purses, but look what we did. We put stabilizer in this. And the really nice thing about this is if you want to get really fancy, you could actually do those little, what's those things called, Becky?
The label maker?
Label maker. You could take a label maker and you could actually label aqua mesh, heavyweight tearaway, lightweight tearaway, and go down and really make it to where it's at a glance, and you just look at that real quickly and you know exactly what you need for your project, and this will make it easy for you to get to your stuff. And I like that. I like being able to do that. So this hangs on a door. You can probably pick one up at like Bed Bath & Beyond, or we actually got this one on Amazon because we couldn't find one locally that allowed our stabilizers to all fit in. So think about that. I think this is a good idea. Get a notebook and take notes. Take notes on what you've done for a certain design. So if I were going to take notes, you could either do this online, you know, and there's probably an app for that where you can, you know, put it in there. So what I would probably put in there is I would have a picture of what I made. I would write down what stabilizer I used, what thread I used, if I had any issues or any trouble. I would also put in what fabric I used, or say I was doing a jean jacket, I would probably put in there what jean jacket and I put it on the back of the jacket or whatever. Make yourself some notes so that if you ever want to go back and recreate what you've already done, you're able to do that. So, and the other thing is, not only is that a great reference tool for you, but the other thing that's really nice about it is the fact that as you leaf through your notebook or you look online at the things that you've done, the really nice thing is you can see, hey, look at all those things that I've made. And then you kind of go, yes, I'm really using my machine. Because sometimes when we get a machine, we go, well, I don't know if I'm going to use that. But if you keep track of everything you've made in it, oh my gosh, I think that's such a good idea. Test stitch. I don't even know what else to say to that. Test stitch. If I'm going to make a very special project for somebody, and I want to make sure that it's going to work well and that everything is happy, I would do a test stitch just so I can make sure that my fabric's happy, my thread's happy, that everything is going great guns so that when I actually go and put it on that, silk jacket that I just love, I am ready to go and I know that the design's going to work. The other thing is, whatever it is that you're going to put it on, if you can get that same type of fabric, I'm not saying you have to get 2 jackets, but get that same type of fabric so that you can make sure that you've got the correct stabilizer on there and that your stitch count and everything is good. So I think that that's a really important plan. Test stitch. And then last but not least, relax and have fun. You got this machine to make cute things and have a great time doing it. And sometimes we get so worked up about having a, quote, perfect project that we forget that this is fun. And sometimes the thing that I think about is, especially if you're a new machine owner, you're a little bit intimidated by that machine. So I have a precious friend that she is a new machine owner, and she was having some issues with something that she was embroidering. And I told her, I said, you just go in there, tell that machine, hey, I'm in charge, and you don't intimidate me, and I'm going to have a beautiful result in what I'm working on. Now, I don't know if she did that, but I will tell you that I have done that with the Solaris that has been new to me. It's a little bit intimidating, but you know what? I just went in and said, hey, I'm in charge, and we're going to get along great. And so far, so good. So that is something that you need to remember. Have fun. And realize that, you know what? In a perfect world, every project would be perfect and everything would be wonderful. But you know what? I don't know if y'all have noticed, but it is not a perfect world. So what I'm going to suggest is sit down, relax, and say to yourself, I'm here to have a good time, and when I get a beautiful project done, then I'm going to celebrate, I'm going to show it to my friends, and I'm going to say, I am really glad that I got this, and I'm just going to keep after it. So anyway, ladies, I hope that these tips that we've given you helps. If you have any questions, remember, all the girls here at Be So Creative are very knowledgeable in embroidery and their sewing machines, and we are here to help you. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let us know. And we look forward to seeing you next Tuesday at 2 for our Tuesday Tips at 2. So y'all have a great rest of your evening, and we look forward to seeing you guys on Thursday evening at 5 o'clock for our Facebook Live sale. Y'all have a great afternoon, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Okay, sorry for the last
No,
big
no,
shot.
no. No, she did good. She did good, didn't you think? I could see it out of the corner of my eyes.
I think you did great.
You did great, Becky.